Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the win, and welcome to a special Y Mega Evolve video. Now, I'm not going to be doing the intro that I normally do in this series, considering that it is a special, and when it comes to specials, I don't do the intro because I'm not going to be telling you guys which Pokemon I'm going to be telling you guys at the end of the video that we're going to be talking about either next week or earlier during the week. So like I said, this is a special and also a part 2 because in this early stages of the Y Mega Evolve series, I did a Mega Vileplume video, and to be honest, that video is probably one of the worst videos, maybe even the worst Y Mega Evolve video that I've done, and I wanted to redo it because it was just so bad. Like for instance, I will put the video in the description so you guys can check it out to show you guys what's the difference between then and now, pretty much. But what I used for the mega design for Vileplume in the original video, it was a fan drawing that pretty much a 5-year-old, maybe a 3-year-old probably drew. It was just so bad. And the reason why I had a design like that was pretty much because at the time, if I'm not mistaken, Mega Evolutions were still kind of new, and we didn't know if we were going to be getting any more new Megas, whether it was in like another X and Y sequel or just a remake of the game or whatever the case may be. But when Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out and we got introduced to more Megas, that's when like a lot of like the designs for like Pokemon who don't have Mega that's what people are drawing, and that's what we are using for this video. And for the original, I had like a picture that's like a 5-year-old, maybe even a 3-year-old drew. That's what's probably what made that video the worst out of the whole series, and also the ability I probably have given Mega Vileplume for the original Y Mega Evolve video for Vileplume, which was Chlorophyll. I don't think a lot of people like that at all. So what I wanted to do is that I actually want to re-talk about Mega Vileplume now that everyone knows that we're getting more Megas in the future. A lot of people are making designs for Pokemon who don't have a Mega, like Vileplume for example, that you're looking at right now, that could potentially get a Mega in the next upcoming games or just sometime in the future. I'm going to be doing that for a lot of other Pokemon that I've already talked about, so stay tuned for that and watch out. They're going to be special, or probably whenever I finish the series, I'm going to be talking about Pokemon I've already talked about. So like I said, stay tuned for that. But regardless, like I said, I wanted to redo the Mega Vileplume video, and that's what we're going to do. So without further ado, as you can tell from what I've done to Mega Vileplume stats, I did increase everything but decreased its physical attack by 30 from base 80 to base 50. Now there's a couple reasons why I've done that. Well, first off, I wanted 30 extra points to distribute into its other stats, and also if you look at Vileplume's move pool, Vileplume only gets access to like a handful of physical type attacks, and to be honest, who's going to run like a physical Vileplume when everyone knows that Vileplume's like best offensive stat is its special attack at base 110, so obviously everyone's going to be running like a special Vileplume. And plus, I already have its moveset fixed out for everyone, so pretty much like Sleep Powder, Moonblast, or Dazzling Gleam, Giga Drain, and Sludge Bomb. There you go. It's a special Mega Vileplume, or just a Vileplume in general set right there. So like I said, it's like Vileplume only gets access to a handful of physical type attacks, so I decreased its physical attack from base 80 to base 50, like I said, to have 130 points to distribute into its stats rather than just the regular base 100 that a normal Mega gets. So for its special attack, I increased it from base 110 to base 165. Now what I wanted to do is that I wanted to make Vileplume very, very offensive in the special variant, because obviously Vileplume is a special attacker. And at base 165, it pretty much, if you know how hard a Mega Gallade will hit as a physical attacker, then you know how hard a Mega Vileplume will hit at base 165 special attack. It's just going to be doing nothing but damage to your opponent's team. And since Vileplume is in a lower tier, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's in the lowest tier possible before PU, or it's in PU. I'm not 100% sure because I do not play singles anymore, and I never played the lower tiers because all I ever played was like OU and UU, and I know for a fact Vileplume is not in OU and UU. So with the stats I given it, pretty much I can see this thing maybe even being like between UU and RU or NU, whatever one's like right below UU. It's going to be in the borderline, I believe. That's just how I see it because of its just sky high for this special attack. So, like I said, sky high special attack, Vileplume is just going to be doing nothing but damage. Now for its physical defense, I increased it from base 85 to base 108. Now with base 108 physical defense, it's actually very, very bulky at base 108. Now with the stats that it actually has as a mega, honestly, like I said, I don't see this thing being above OU at all. I mean, I can see it being in the borderline on UU and the tier right below UU just because of a special attack stat. But the reason why I will probably never see Vileplume in OU and UU is because of its typing. And the reason why I say it's because of its typing is because everyone who plays competitive pretty much has all, pretty much uses all the typings that grass types are weak to, and that's partially the reason as well. Because grass types, when I'm saying this is my personal opinion. A lot of people might agree with it, but grass types are pretty much one of the worst typings to use in competitive play, and also dark types, just because they have so many common weaknesses like fire, or like besides dark, I'm just talking about grass, but like fire, flying, ice, poison. I'm pretty sure there's a couple more typings that it's weak to if I can't remember off the top of my head. But like I said, those are just the common examples of why I don't see this thing being above UU. But nonetheless, at base 108 physical defense, it will potentially live like a couple physical super effective attacks from like lower tier Pokemon, like for instance, I don't know, Kecleon for an example, using like Fire Punch or something like that. But with base, like I said, 108 in physical defense, it will be able to live a couple hits from like lower tier Pokemon, because that's where I actually would see Mega Vileplume being at if it's not going to be on the borderline between UU and the tier right below UU. Now for its special defense, I increased it from base 90 to base 112. Now with base 112 special defense, it's still going to be bulky as well, even though it's not like at base 115, because if I'm not mistaken, I actually made it special defense base 115 in the actual like original Mega Vileplume video. But nonetheless, with base 112 special defense, sorry about that, it's still going to be able to live a couple special hits like Flamethrower, Fire Blast, what else, like Air Slash, but it's probably going to be having to come from like lower tier Pokemon, because I don't see, like I said, like for instance, Vileplume living like a I don't know, a Fire Blast coming from a Choice Specs Guja, for an example. I mean, I'm just giving you guys an example. I'm not saying it's not going to be able to live. Sometimes it's going to, but I'm just saying at base 112, it's going to be sort of bulky to the point where it will be able to live a couple hits and then deal off damage. I mean, that's what pretty much I actually see Mega Vileplume doing in the lower tiers. It's pretty much Vileplume is just going to be one of those low tier megas that's just going to be doing damage. That's how I actually see Vileplume. Now for its speed, I increased it from base 50 to base 80. Now if you did not catch on, I put those 30 points that I had gotten rid of in its physical attack and its speed, because I wanted to increase Vileplume's speed to base 80. That way it's going to be in between from being a good Trick Room user in like doubles, or if you use Trick Room in singles, it's still going to be good in Trick Room, and also it's going to be somewhat of a speedy Pokemon to the point, because like when it comes to like speed, in my opinion, base 80 and above is like normal. So when it comes to like exactly at base 80, it could become like either a Trick Room Pokemon or a regular like just speedy Pokemon in general. That's just how I see it, because I can honestly see Vileplume being a little bit faster than it would have just being as a regular Vileplume for its Mega, because I mean, why not have a walking flower pretty much? But that's besides the point. I could just see Vileplume being a little bit faster than it was just as a regular Vileplume. And also we got rid of the chlorophyll ability, if you cannot tell by the ability yet. That's why I also put the speed investments into its speed as well. Now as a regular Vileplume, its base stats at 490, of the Mega Evolution is going to be at 590. Now for its ability, I actually gave it the Regenerator ability. Now how I see Mega Vileplume Vileplume is that Mega Vileplume, with the stats I've given it, is pretty much going to be the lower tier Amoonguss. I mean, that's just how I see it. Now granted, if I'm not 100% sure, but Vileplume does not get access to Spore, which I know it gets access to Sleep Powder. So pretty much, like I said, it's just going to be the lower tier Amoonguss, because when it comes to Megas, you can't really hold an item unless you're Mega Rayquaza that pretty much lets you gain health back, like Citrus Berry leftovers, Oran Berry, and so on and so forth. So what you can do is just have like a U-turn like combo thing where you like send in Vileplume and switch out, and then go into your U-turner and switch on to Vileplume or something like that. I know that what I said for that U-turn combo kind of just doesn't make sense, but you kind of get the gist of what I'm actually trying to say. But regardless, Regenerator, I believe, is a very good ability for Mega Vileplume. Now for its typing, I actually got rid of the poison type characteristics and put on the fairy type characteristics. Now I know a lot of people may not agree for what I actually done to its typing, but hear me out. I was actually looking at Vileplume's move pool, and I scrolled down. I was like, I didn't know Vileplume got access to Dazzling Gleam, but then I scrolled down to look at its egg moves, and while I was actually trying to get down to its stats, my mouse stopped at like what Gloom and Oddish can learn before evolving, and I saw that Oddish can learn Moonblast, and I was like, yo, I did not know that. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I got rid of its poison typing and add on the fairy type characteristics. I think it's a very good typing for Vileplume, or just Mega Vileplume in general, because to be honest, if I'm not mistaken, Vileplume only gets access to like Sludge Bomb as like a stab poison move, or also Poison Jab, but I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know it gets access to Sludge Bomb. So pretty much you're just getting rid of a typing that only basically has one stab move for a typing that has two stab moves that it gets access to. So that's why I've given it the fairy type characteristics. So with that, there is the part 2 version of the Mega Vileplume. So anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. Now like I said at the beginning of the video, or if I didn't because I can't remember, I will be doing more of these in the future, just like part 2 to a lot of Pokemon that I've already talked about, because there was just a couple ideas that I had for other Pokemon as well that I wanted to put on for a Mega, but I decided to not use that and just go with what I actually went with in the videos. So you will be seeing a lot more of these, maybe as a special, or when I actually finish my Y Mega Evolve series and actually talk about the Pokemon over again, just as like a part 2. I don't know, but I know I'm going to be doing more of these in the future, so watch out for them. They're most likely going to be special / part 2s. So with that, like I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this special / part 2 of a Mega Vileplume, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. So this is White Boy for the win, and I'll catch you guys later.